He goes, I'm sorry. I am so sorry for that outburst. It was actually awesome. And he said, it just hit me, what you were saying. He said, that's the reality of my life. That's what happened to me. He said, the gospel changed my life. And my kids are glad. My wife is glad. I'm glad. And he said, that's what the gospel's done for me. And you might be here today and you're saying, I don't believe in the existence of God. I mean this sincerely. I'd love to find out your reasons. You might say, in the attempt to flatter yourself, that you've been educated. I'm too educated to believe in God. Well, then come on out to hear Dr. John Lennox. You can match wits and education. I don't think you're smarter than he is. Bring your massive intellect and match it up against, I don't know, some guy by the name of Isaac Newton. Isaac Newton was such a profound believer in God, he even wrote commentaries on the Bible. I have his book of Daniel. See, the issue, listen, there's a lot of brilliant people who do not believe in God. That's a fact. There's equally brilliant people who do believe in God. Albert Einstein was not a Christian, but he was a Jew who believed in the existence of God, and he had no problem reconciling that with science. You're not smarter than Albert Einstein. I'm being sarcastic right now with the intent to arouse your thinking, because it's not an intellectual issue. It's a spiritual issue. So you can argue all this stuff scientifically, and that's cool. But biggest argument for God? How do you argue with somebody whose life was changed like that man? Listen, are you a Richard Dawkins? Listen, you know who can trump a Richard Dawkins? That guy that jumped up the other day in that service. You can't deal with that. You could say to him, let's talk physics. He'd say, I don't know diddly squat about physics. But Jesus changed my life. You know that drives people nuts. Don't you know who I am? I'm the world's greatest living. I'm sorry, I didn't know that. I just know this. Once I was blind, and now I see. You can't be like that because I'm an astrophysicist and I'm an atheist, and you can't. What do you have to say to that? I'm not an nothing. But all I know is I used to be a lying, cheating thief, and God changed me from the inside. Do you understand? Do you understand that nobody can resist that?